Ladies and gentlemen, welcome YouTube. It's your boy.
I'm in your window.
Innuendo, but if you with it, when it's finished, in the end, you win dough, man. Let's go. Look, I'm back at I have another video for you guys. One of the YouTubers that I watch, Low. He's from the Playback channel, and so I watched a lot of their videos and stuff like that, but recently a video surfaced and I just was confused, and I seen a clip of him talking about how he cheated on his girl. Let's just get into it, I guess.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, my now ex put out a tweet kind of highlighting and exposing me as a cheater, and I'm here now to tell the rest of the world that yes, I am. I cheated, man. I cheated.
It's kind of weird to hear that. First and foremost, I don't condone cheating whatsoever. There's no way to justify it and be like, this is why I cheated, because they're like, it's like my go-to plan, and I don't know, my go-to plan is always for a person to just break up with the person. Communication is a huge thing when you're in a relationship, and a lot of times that lack of communication can be the cause of cheating, amongst other things, and people aren't happy or pleased in certain areas and situations, and that can lead to cheating down the line, because you don't want to really break up with the person, because when you're in love with somebody, or you think you're in love with somebody, you try to make it work, and we make these mistakes, and it's like I just feel like people don't sit there and think, well, let me go ahead and just break up with them, because you try to fight to make it work, and then you cheat on them, and I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird, but it's hard to you can't really justify it, and it's hard to really figure out the cause of it. It's just like, we're human. We make mistakes, but I don't know. I don't naturally just think of cheating, but I feel like most people who get put in that situation typically don't think, I want to cheat on my girl, this is what I'm going to do. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I just don't feel like you get that opportunity. I feel like you're in a relationship. I'd rather break it off with somebody than even risk cheating on that person, because most of the time, especially guys, we're sloppy, so we get caught. Girls, they know how to cheat forever and probably never get caught, which is weird, but it is what it is. But I don't condone it nevertheless.
I am a cheater. First and foremost, what I did was wrong. I don't agree with it. My stance on cheating still hasn't changed. I think cheating is bad. That's not changing.
It's just weird to have a stance against cheating and then cheat. Now, like I said, we're all human, so we make mistakes. And that consciousness of thinking and being aware of okay, this is not right. Like a lot of situations, you gotta be comfortable enough to cheat in order to let it completely play out. To what degree? If it was just light cheating, but you still got caught texting, any form of cheating is still cheating. So to a degree, it's like I guess it just depends on what it was. Obviously, I know most people, when they go down and they down to having sexual relations, I think that's to the extreme, and you know what you're doing at that point. But slight flirting and talking and texting and stuff can get out of hand, and next thing you know, you are cheating with your girl just off of those situations alone. But if you're out there just have a sexual relation with somebody, I think you're just kind of, I don't know. To me personally, my personal beliefs, what I think doing that is just, at that point, I just think that's nasty.
I just believe I made bad decisions. That's it.
Four times?
That's all it is. 4 times, yeah.
It was 4 times?
4 times.
He cheated 4 times. I'm not sure if it was with the same person, 4 times with 4 different females, but I don't know. And the thing is too, once a person starts to create that bad habit, you tend to keep doing it. People be like, how can you do something and do it 4 times? Well, it becomes bad habit, and it becomes a risky situation, and and you end up doing that, just not even thinking about it, regardless if it's for the same person or not. Sure, you might do it once and be like, I can't do this again, but sometimes it's those feelings and urges and stuff that make you cheat the first time creep back out. So
The same girl or different girls?
Different girls, different women.
oh, it was different female. To me, makes a difference because most of the time I'm not justifying cheating, but I feel like if a person is to cheat on their girl or wife with another person, it's usually a potential because they want that person to be that new person in their life. They're enjoying the time that they're spending together, whatever the case is. Maybe they didn't hung around and laughing and stuff. You're like, you know what? I'm not getting this in my relationship, and that's how they end up cheating, regardless to what degree. That's how they end up cheating. Just that time they spend with a different person. That's why most females are kind of like not too savvy of wanting a guy to have a female friend, but the same thing could be said about a female having a guy friend. It's like you don't really know, and all that time that you're spending with that person, you might find yourself liking them a little too much. So it's just something to think about. I don't with 4 different people, I think it's completely different. I don't with one person I can kind of see, okay, like maybe you starting to like that person, but 4 different people, I don't know. I just kind of like you just have stuff that you're trying to work out and relationship problems, and it's kind of pushing you towards other people. But I don't know, 4 different people, I feel like it's just more beneath the surface that was going on, some underlying stuff that we probably won't know within the relationship to allow him to feel comfortable enough to do it, especially 4 times. Because after the first few times, you're just thinking like, I can't do this no more. It sucks to even do it in the beginning, but you get up to number 4, it's just like, I don't know, I just don't feel like it's just you're too comfortable to do it at that point.
Yeah, I did cheat. It was 4 times. It was not a Kroger associate, but I don't really think any of that really matters. People also ask me why I cheated. That also doesn't really matter at all because it's just bad decisions. It's not the right thing to do, and so I don't want people to think that like there's a way to justify it or anything like that. Don't cheat. Don't do what I did.
Being remorseful is an important component when it comes to this kind of thing. Being remorseful. A lot of situations, people act like they're remorseful, so it's hard to tell. And you never know what's going on in a person's brain. So, but being remorseful is the right step in the right direction.
No, why did you do it?
Oh, I will argue because I just mismanaged lows in the relationship. I think that's the best way to kind of answer it.
When you say lows, you mean lows in the relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, he basically said he mismanaged his highs and lows, the situations and stuff, and like at his lowest point, he mismanaged of how to handle that situation. That's basically what he said as far as like how like this situation happened this way. How can I not allow this to spiral out of control? And it's like some situations we in the moment, and I get like it takes a lot to cheat. It's like when you plan to take somebody out and get rid of them. You kind of like, sure, it's planned out to a degree, but at the end of the day, it's just like it's a lot that brings you to that point. You don't just wake up one day and be like, I'm gonna go ahead and some people, you know. So and if you didn't know, like, I'm trying not to curse now too, because YouTube apparently they keep updating their guidelines, and they're gonna sit there and take a lot of your videos down if it has too many curse words in it in the first like 15 seconds, I think, or 20 seconds. And a lot of your old videos, like, they just put something in place, but a lot of your old videos can get flagged for just anything now, and they can keep making a update or a new terms of service. And I didn't realize that's why a lot of old videos get flagged or age restricted out of nowhere, because they change the rules and don't tell nobody. So it's not like you could have made a video 5 years ago and they're just take it out, take out their energy on you pretty much. But yeah, they'll sit there and they'll be like, oh yeah, this has too many curse words in it, or whatever the case. And then as they keep making adjustments each year, or each time they make an adjustment overall, your videos could be at risk. So it's kind of hard to see what's okay and what's not okay. And then gaming channels and stuff too, you can't really have too much blood and gore and stuff, I think, at certain points. So they're being kind of like YouTube used to be a platform where you're able to kind of be free to just post what you like, and that restrictions start to get worse and worse as time progresses, and that's and especially with people are becoming more like emotional, so it's hard that you really don't have it's hard to really get to a point where YouTube is okay for certain things because they just keep nitpicking on everything. Yeah. That's kind of what I wanted to kind of check out for the most part. Yeah, he pretty much said it himself. Yeah, cheating is bad. We're human, so keep that in mind. Like I said, we all do some form of cheating, whether we believe it or not. But at the end of the day, like, we're human, so like we make mistakes on a constant basis. Like, nobody's perfect. Even if we sit there and we like, I would never be that person. I would never say never, man. You just gotta try your best to be the best version of yourself. And if you really don't think you'll be a cheater, then do the things that won't allow you to be a cheater. Communication in the relationship. Let your partner know what's going on, and if things aren't progressing, break up with the person immediately, regardless of how you feel. That way, you won't be in a position of cheating. If you have urges of cheating, you get couples counseling or something like. It's just, or you talk to your person and see if they could do some things to kind of keep you interested and see what you can do for them. There's ways around it too, but at the end of the day, it all revolves around communication. So, in spite of Lowe's, in spite of his lows, don't cheat, and that's gonna segue over to me talking about this situation right now. So, cheating, I personally do not think it's okay at all. I don't condone in it, but most of us in situations, for the most part, have done some form of cheating, either ourselves or have been cheated on. Yes, and that kind of thing is not the best thing, especially depending on how a person handles it. Not everybody is able to handle cheating like Low here. I have personally been cheated on before, and you know what's crazy? Like I list that as a thing that is a complete no. You can't do. A person cheats, that's like a red flag, automatic. I can't do this no more. I'm done with the relationship kind of thing, right? That's literally my mindset. And the first time I ever got cheated on, what do you think I did? It was the dumbest thing ever. I tried to take the person back, right? Obviously, like, you sit there and think to yourself, like, okay, you probably feeling like, okay, maybe the person is remorseful, maybe they won't do it again, giving people a second chance, right? They didn't seem remorseful, but not in a way of like they were excited to do it, but they didn't seem remorseful of, I'm sorry, I wouldn't do it again kind of thing. It was just like after a certain point, I wasn't talking to them as much. We were living far away, so it was mostly just everything was texting. And when you do long distance relationships, it's the worst. It's the worst. So, but it was interesting to see how the situation was handled. A breakup for text was a lot. Didn't even call me at all. And I'm sitting there talking about, and a long distance relationship, we probably should have broken off anyway, but I'm sitting there like, okay, this happened. I took a day to kind of think about it, and I took that day to tell myself, you know what? People make mistakes. Let me give them a second chance. And what frustrated me the most is not only did you ever try to force the chance to give somebody a second chance, if that makes any sense. You force them to give somebody a second chance because it's like they don't even want the second chance. I think they were just checked out of the relationship and they didn't want to do it no more. So with that in mind, I'm sitting there just like, no, it's okay. I forgive you. Don't even worry about what. Like I forgot my exact words, but it was along the like I sat there, was like, I thought about it, and I understood people make mistakes and all that case, but it wasn't like they were sitting there, I'm sorry, I apologize, won't happen again, or whatever the case is. Even hearing the story, if it had known if a cheating act in particular wasn't done, supposed to be in a relationship with me, but you just invite an ex over to chill with you without my consent or me knowing, and I'm not even like the person to be trying to control people's life and tell people what to do at all. But I think it's just interesting how all that came about. It was like, okay, so you just do what you want, and with no concern to me. Not once did they sit there and say, oh, I have a boyfriend. Females are known for saying, I have a boyfriend, I'm married. That's literally what they say all the time to people when they're single. Like, when they're single, but when they want to go out and cheat, it's just like, oh, I invite you in. Nothing's going on over here. Boyfriend, what's that? Come on now, what's that, bro? So they didn't say they was in a relationship, boyfriend, none of that stuff came about. They just hung out, chill, watched the movie. Person got a little tipsy, drunk, whatever the case is, and next thing you know, some kissing came about, and it happened, and you think they fought him off and said, what are you doing? I told you how to. They didn't tell him anything. It just happened, and then the person left. And I found out later that day. And so, like, situations happen to me, and it puts me in perspective of better understanding certain things, and I'm like, you know what? I know what I want, and I know what I deserve, and I won't settle for less. Will I accept and bring in another person even after I hear they cheated and be like, oh, sure, it's cool? I don't know. Every situation is different. But with every situation is different, it's still that, do I respect myself to, like, oh, this person did this? Because it's all the remorse thing. And this whole time, this person not even giving remorse or saying, oh, my bad, or it won't happen again. None of that was even coming about. It was just, the response was more an indirect to my line of saying I don't accept cheating in any kind. And with that, it was like, okay, so I'm pretty much, it was just ready to run out the door. It was ready to go. And I think with that mindset, it was like, okay, they talking to me, trying to see, well, you said this, so shouldn't we be good? We should be done, over with. And I'm sitting there to myself thinking like, no, we're good. It's fine. All you have to do is just, I'm saying, but their attitude, and that's what frustrated me, because not only did I accept it and take it in, like, okay, everything's okay, but their attitude afterwards, and I was just like, wow. And I allowed that to happen. I allowed the disrespect originally for the cheating, the disrespect for them not being remorseful, and still tried to take them back. You think, and what throws me off is, and I know everybody's different, but when you get a situation like that, like what happened to myself, do you think now I'm gonna just have trust issues for every single person who I talk to in the future? No. That's what throws me off from people who do have trust issues, because I dealt with a young lady who had trust issues, and I'm just like, I'm not even doing nothing. I'm just living my life. And what I mean by living my life, I'm just being awesome, you know. I'm not out here talking to random female stuff like that or whatever, but she's acting like, even if I say, hey, how's it going, to the cashier who's ringing me up, I might be cheating on her, or is a problem some kind. Like, what? Where they do that at? You get both ends of the spectrum, the toxic and the trust issues and stuff from somebody who's been cheated on. I've been cheated on, and I don't have those kind of thoughts going on. But everybody, it affects everybody differently. The same for the cheaters and how they react. You got one person cheated on me, didn't care. Person, he cheated on his girl, and he was remorseful. So just something to think about, man. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Put new videos out every single week, pretty much every single day. Roll to 1,000. Other than that, man, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna let you go, and you guys have a great night, man. Subscribe if you're new and all that fun stuff. I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Love you. Bye.